Good evening.
Good evening.
Would you agree that what you think about, you become?
Yes.
Yes, no, maybe so.
But what was the question?
Would you agree that what we think about is actually what we become?
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay, so our dreams is what I'm referring to. Our dreams, our decisions, and our destiny, which propel us to be who we are. Our destiny is two elements, our dreams and our decisions. Can I get a volunteer out the audience? I know it's so many of you today, but just one. Okay, thank you. I need you to read for me this quote right here.
Dreams are illustrations from the book of your soul is writing about you.
Say that again.
Dreams are illustrations from the book your soul is writing about you.
Your dreams are an illustration from the book your soul is writing about you. Okay, today I plan to share with you some of my most personal dreams, stories, and circumstances, situations that have actually got me to be where I am in public speaking in my journey. About maybe 3 to 5 years ago, I decided to go back to school because that was one of the dreams that I had. But if I could just rewind for a second, there's one thing in common that we all had as children. What was that?
A dream.
A dream. Exactly. Do you understand that as sons, as daughters, as kids, as teens, as now mothers, as fathers, as professionals, anything you can think of, there's one common thing that threads us together, which is a dream. And our dreams, again, are our visions and our thoughts. So right now, what I'm struggling with is trying to figure out, do we even as a society or as a people, as individuals, do we dream?
Yes.
Yeah, we do.
You think so?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm glad you said that. What I need you to do right now, for 30 seconds, if you can, close your eyes and just think about your dreams right now from this day forward. Where do you see yourself in 2015? All right, now don't fall asleep on me. It's just a little small exercise. But the purpose of that exercise was, it's a form of meditation. Meditation is an action or the practice of meditating. Now, you know, in school they always told us don't use the definition, the word in the definition. But in this case, meditating is just another word for thinking, our thoughts. It's a conscious effort to think about things that you either want, desire, or just gathering your thoughts. All right, it says here, recent research by Dr. Fredrickson and her colleagues has revealed that people who meditate daily display more positive emotions than those who do not. All right, it says, as expected, people who meditated also built valuable long-term skills. Okay, so this is not just something that, you know, is my opinion or something. These are scientific reveals, scientific facts that have been proven through studies. All right, it says a Detroit-based chemical plant posted the following results 3 years after implementing meditation. Absenteeism fell by 85%. Productivity rose by 120%. All right, injuries dropped by 70%. And overall, the profits increased by 500%.
Wow.
So people went to work more, so they made more money.
Exactly. And how simple is that? People went to work more because they took a conscious effort to think about, okay, my company is putting these initiatives in. We have to do this now. How many times have you done something for your company that you didn't necessarily want to do a professional development, but in earnest, you turned around and it worked? Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is not something that's just a whim. This is research evidence to inform you that your dreams are a reflection of your thoughts. All right, I'm gonna move on real quick. How many of us are living out our dreams?
Not me.
Not me.
Not me. Okay. And what would bring you, if you could say one thing to bring you closer to your dreams, what would that be? You don't have to answer it if you, matter of fact, I don't want you to answer. Just think about it, all right? And I say that, just go to our next slide, which is our dreams grow and mature by what we add to our life, okay? And that's what we call maturity, growth. All right, if you look at this analogy real quick, a seed, when a seed is planted, how does the seed grow?
By nourishment, water, time.
Exactly. Nourishment, water, time. Okay, so these three elements, wouldn't you say, are the same thing that need to go into the preparation of your destiny?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. You need nourishment. You need to take in positive things that's going to help you grow, whether it's through reading, through writing, through academics, through studies, through trade, through conversations, through networking, through life. We're going to move on to the next one. As we talk about dreams, as we talk about adding into our life, there's other factors that's known as what?
Dream killer.
Hello, my name is Dream Killer. All right? And if you could organize this list right now, what would be number one on the
Self.
Self.
Absolutely so.
Self. And does the self play into these other elements?
Absolutely.
Because our family can be a distraction. Our friends can sometimes get on our nerves, like you. You know, you told me about me getting on your nerves. No, I'm just kidding. School, you have harassing, you have bullying, you have teachers. Oh, you're never going to be anything if you don't get your attitude together. How many times have you heard that story if it hasn't happened to you? Many, right? Your environment, how many people have heard them say, oh, I wish I was born into another family. Oh, I wish I would have grown up in the suburbs where everything is fresh. Is that true?
No.
Not necessarily.
But
Okay.
yourself can be the deterrent of all of those as well, where you know you want to live out your dream, but you're scared to tell your family and friends and share your dreams with your family and friends, and not even so much scared, it's just like you're reluctant to say, I have this dream and I want to do X, Y, and Z. Depending on how your friends and family may respond, you may hold that within.
I agree.
And even with school and environment, you don't want to go through the footwork it takes to get to where you need to go. And sometimes people fall a victim of society, a victim of their environment. Well, look at everything that's going on around me. There's no room for me to grow.
That's true.
I agree with that, and studies have shown that. Studies have shown that the influence of society can influence a person to either go astray or continue in the path of positivity and growth. So I'm glad that you brought it back to the self, because all of these elements play off of the self. And that's why I put it last, because I wanted your eyes to be like, oh no, that's not right. Self should be at the top. But each one of us individually have our arrangement of our dream killers. All right, so that takes me on to our next slide, which gives us decisions. As we reflect back onto the self, it's our decision or our choice if we're going to let family, friends, environment, other things distract our ultimate goal. All right, so it's your attitude that will determine your what?
Altitude.
Altitude. Okay? Your attitude will determine your altitude. I'm not sure who that quote came from. Somewhere along my journey is where, I found it, I used it, I love it. All right, your decisions can either be positive and productive or negative and destructive. All right, there's a person right now I want to use as an example. This guy right here, his name is Chef Jeff Henderson. Okay? You can go ahead and take it and pass it around. Just going to give you a quick story of Jeff's story. Jeff is now a New York Times best-selling author, and he's one of the top African-American chefs in the United States. But Jeff didn't start out like that. Jeff had a dream of being the biggest drug dealer in his area, as we talked about society, environmental factors. So he set out to do that, and he succeeded. But the problem was, with every action comes a reaction. Okay, so with every decision, you have to accept the consequences if it's not a positive decision. So Jeff was incarcerated, and Jeff spent somewhere around 10 years in a confined facility where he had nothing but time. Time to think about his dreams that have now failed, time to think about maybe new dreams and what he could succeed at, even behind the walls of prison. He had to figure out where he was. All right, so I use that story because he made a few negative decisions, but where he was at the time, he decided he could have went anyway. Okay, so he decided, thankfully, that he would become an author, he would become a chef. But where are you going to decide to go? And again, I'm not trying to persuade you, I just want to inform you. All right, so it's just like, how many times y'all been to the mall and you go up there and it says, you are here, but you're trying to get to Macy's and it's all the way at the top left-hand corner. All right, so you follow a set of instructions to get there. All right, so in our decisions, you are here right now in the present. Okay, so your decisions are created from your influence of your dreams, and that ultimately shapes your destiny. We're gonna go to the next slide. How y'all feeling? Y'all not asleep out there, are you? Y'all thinking about decisions? Okay, that's what I like to hear. This last slide, we're coming, close to the end of what I like to bring to you guys today. But this last slide brings you 3 different people from 3 walks of life. 3 people who have succeeded tremendously in their own lane because they followed their dream. And not only did they follow their dream and just by happenstance become not famous but wealthy, financially free, they're fulfilled in their journey. They all made the choice to get there through hard work. The main common bond, and the reason why I use them is because there was something I read in Chef Jeff's book, If You Can See It, You Can Be It, and he used the method of using a vision board, an action board. So what he said was you go ahead and you take some words and you take some people and you place them in front of you. Somewhere in your house, you put them there. And what he's shown through studies is that the more you see it, the more you believe you can aspire to be like these people. So I come to you today basically to show you that first, our dreams are the foundation of our thoughts. All right? That's the first thing. Mm-hmm. The second thing is that our decisions have the power to either bring us closer to our dream or detract us further away from our dream. All right, and finally, I've come to show you that these 2 elements manifest what's called our what? Destiny. Right. Good job. Right. But you're dreaming, baby. I like it. Okay. And our destiny basically is made up of successes, failures, highs, lows, peaks and valleys. Each one of these people up here, they've had adversity. They've had highs and lows. They've had failures. They've had dreams that they didn't necessarily achieve yet in some walk of their life. But these dreams of becoming a reporter and a talk show host, a philanthropist, this dream of Ice Cube become a filmmaker, Steve Jobs, the most prominent man in technology, they're all dreamers who decided to manifest their destiny. So I just want to close out real quick and let me have a different volunteer real quick. All right, you.
The rose that grew from concrete. Did you hear about the rose that grew from a crack in the concrete, proving nature's laws wrong? It learns to walk without having feet. Funny it seems, but by keeping its dreams, it learns to breathe fresh air. Long live the rose that grew from concrete when no one else even cared.
Thank you. This is a poem by one of the authors when I was in college. We're not going to talk about how long ago it was because I'm back in college. But this is one of the poems that I associated with. It was relatable to me. And one of the key lines is that it says, funny, it seems, but by keeping its dreams, it learned to breathe fresh air. And so that metaphor for me, and I'm trying to inform you about, is that the rose can always grow through whatever it's up against, as long as you remember to dream. Again, what we think about, we become. Our dreams, our decisions, and our destiny. Thank you for your time.